Hello, folks. It's Monday and time to look in on Sophie, week 9. Sophie is starting to venture out of her bin, and now Josie. Why is Josie starting to make noise as soon as I turn the camera on? He was just being just fine before. That little bugger. So, Sophie, week 9. I have seen her digging into her food and pellets, and oh, she's chewing on that. She's chewing on that tape on her. That I think that thing cracked, and I put some frog tape on it, which holds really well, actually. Like masking tape, and she's probably, let's see, her weight, she's probably around 570 grams. She's been pretty stable at that for quite a while, actually. So I think that's going to be her right around her weaning weight. So she's look how beautiful her eyes are, though. I mean, she is just, come here, babe. I just love those beautiful blue rings around the eyes. Folks, the blue rings around the eyes characterizes a Triton cockatoo. Now, Tritons are a greater sulfur crested, but their scientific name is Cockatoo galerita Triton. So this is a real name. Folks, you have to be careful of the comments that you see, some of the comments people are leaving, because not everybody is knowledgeable who leaves comments. Sometimes people, especially the negative comments, generally, from what I'm seeing, is generally people that are not familiar or don't have a correct knowledge. I've had a couple people leaving some comments about the bird is from Australia and it should stay in Australia and things like that. Well, first of all, the cockatoo, the greater sulfur crested Triton, is not originally from Australia. It's from Indonesia, and so the people who keep on commenting about the Australia, that is the greater sulfur crested, and that is the biggest one, and it does not have the blue ring around the eyes. So that is one of the distinctions of the subspecies. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit today because I don't really post comments on YouTube, because I put these videos up for people who are interested in bringing a cockatoo in their home, or who just love watching babies grow and want to know about it and things like that. I really don't post the videos for people who want to leave negative comments, which is kind of an interesting phenomena on YouTube. It's really it's kind of a why would they take the time to leave such a negative comment? I find it quite perplexing. Even when I've seen people do things differently than how I would do it, I've never felt compelled to have to tell them how to do it. But I see that people do leave a lot of comments, even when it comes to like hand feeding. You know, they want to instruct me on how to do hand feeding, which I really, I've done this thousands of times, so literally thousands of times. When you think about it, because my babies are hatched from an incubator, when they hatch, they eat about 10 times a day. So by the time they're 1 week old, I've fed them almost 100 times. So you know, whether you do it, the, you can do it your own way. I use a syringe, but guess what? Some people, hi Sophie baby, hi babe, hi. Some people like to do it this way. Wait, here, I'll get this in focus a little better. Some people like to use a bent spoon. And I have a spoon that's bent up. Oh, well, she doesn't like it. She's much more. What's the matter, my baby? Ah, come here, my babe. Come here, come here, come here. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. You're okay. You're okay. Yes, you are. She's much more used to my fingers than she has that big metal spoon. But you know, if you want to use a yellow spoon. Not a yellow spoon. If you want to use a metal spoon, then go ahead and use it. I mean, it's kind of cool. It does bring the food in a little bit slower, and if that's how you want to do it, and that's up to you. You know, I certainly, if you've watched a few of my videos, you know I'm kind of a realistic, middle of the road type of person. So. But some of the negative comments, I thought, well, I wonder if I should try to correct some of that misinformation that people are leaving on my web channel, because I just don't want people. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. They're always going to have. There's always going to be the negative people out there. So it's just part of the. You know, the cost of doing business. To me, I look at it like, I don't want to turn comments off, because a lot of people just love to make a nice little comment. I don't want to turn the comments off and stop 97% of the people who are making decent comments from the 3% who are leaving negative comments. And you know what's interesting about it is the negative comments are never constructive, which is, it's like, wow, I could see if you had knowledge of something and you were trying to correct a situation, but if it's just an opinion and it's just a feeling that you have, why take the time to leave a negative comment and affect other people? But that's the way media is, right? So that's just how it goes. So, oh, Sophie, what you doing, babe? She's on. Is she on one leg? Yes, she is. She's on one leg. It's like, this isn't really nap time. This is almost her feeding time. But I'm not gonna feed her right now. I'm gonna wait a couple hours. And kind of knocking her down to almost like 2 feedings a day. She's getting to that point where she's going to start eating, and if I feel like she needs 3 a day, I give it to her. But I'm kind of stretching it out right now, and then of course, you know, me, I keep a chart of weight gain. This is the most important aspect of, are you feeding enough? Not whether the baby is indicating they want to be fed to you. So this is something that people, you know, make a lot of misinformation to, you know, here maybe I just fed the baby 30 grams. They're like, the baby's still hungry. No, the baby's not still hungry. The baby, the food from the crop moves into the stomach kind of at a slow rate. So right after feeding, the baby doesn't even really know it's full. I mean, folks, have you heard the saying, my eyes were bigger than my stomach? Well, that's what happens. So it's up to the caretaker to really determine, are you feeding enough? And you do that by watching weight gain, and you know, every feeding does not have to be packed completely full so that the bird is going to fall over and can't walk. You know, you can do that once in a while. But I don't like to do that all the time. And I can, if I feed kind of light on one feeding, I can go a little heavier on the next feeding. You know, so it's just like, you know, you can't, you know, I don't know, the folks who comment on that. Here goes Josie. Josie hears me talking. I think that's you know, when the video is not, oh. Ugh. When the video's not on, I'm not sitting around here talking to myself. So every time you start talking, or if you're on the phone, yeah, they got to get involved. So let's get back to Sophie and what's going on. What kind of progress are we seeing? She is climbing out of her bin, and she's perching on the edge. She has not taken her first flight, but while I was out of the house the other day on Sunday for church and stuff like that, I actually put her bin in one of the big cages that I have behind us, and because I didn't want her flying onto the floor with. I have a new dog. It's a little Corgi Pomeranian mix, and I really don't know what he would do if a bird jumped on the floor. I kind of like to be home and double check how he's going to behave, and he needs to be under a little direction, and because the birds are so big, most of the time the dogs just don't have an issue with it. But I don't know, he's a new dog. He's really sweetheart, and he's really he's just the sweetest little thing, I'm telling you. So he's a Korg Pom, and he's got long hair. It's like a Corgi with long hair, soft as can be, and he's just such a sweetheart. So, but you know what? He likes to grab those little stuffed toys and swing them around too. So I don't want him doing that to one of my babies. So yeah. So owners have to be, you have to be diligent, cognizant of these kinds of things, and responsible to where you watch out for them. And so it looks like Sophie's just going to nap on us today. Oh, she heard me say her name. So yeah. So just a short little video today. I'm not gonna involve any feeding, or I'm not gonna bring Everest out. Although Everest and Sophie will sit in that little feed bin that I have with the perch in it, and they sit in there just fine together. Oh, I had some people commenting about they were afraid that Sophie was going to bite Everest. And folks, when the birds are this age, they don't bite. What I'm more worried about is that they're going to reach over and lock beaks and start this feeding activity, which is annoying, and I don't want them doing that. And I just don't want them, because Sophie will lean over, and then all of a sudden they can lock beaks, and then Everest is trying to get fed from Sophie, and that's what I don't want happening. And Sophie's not going to bite at this age, but what she can do is accidentally step on him. And they do not like, when you put the two words together, they do not like claws in their back. Who would? So that is really the thing that you have to watch for, not the biting. They're not going to bite each other. They're going to put their beaks over and maybe feel. You have to remember, everything goes in the mouth. So when they see the baby next to them, or what have you. Now, I am careful. There's no way. They're pretty close in age, right? As a matter of fact, let's go get Everest. Everest, come on, babe. Come here, baby. You want to come out? Let's show everybody how big you're getting. Huh? Come on. You're getting to be such a big boy. Yes, you are. Let's get Everest. Here's Everest. Should we put him in front? Let's do like this, and then I will arrange it back a little bit. There we go. Look how big Everest is. Boy, you're getting to be such a big boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a big boy. Are you hungry? Yeah, I bet you are a little bit. And that's what, see that little feeding action, that's the thing that I'm more concerned about when they get in the container together. I don't want him going up to her trying to be fed. And when they're, when the size difference is really, I mean, like if he was a bald little baby, 3 weeks old, there's no way I'm gonna put them together because then it's just, I mean, I might put them together while I'm feeding them. That's fine. She's still going to be okay with little babies like that. But I will keep a lot more of a closer watch on it. A little baby that's so fragile, he's not that fragile. Even a week ago, whatever, when they were closer together a few weeks ago, still not that fragile. They're not that far apart. They're like 3.5 weeks. And as soon as he gets to his point where he is a little bit more feathered out, he's getting there, aren't you, boy? Come here, boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. When he gets a little bit, in other words, when I can take him out of the aquarium, I'm going to put him, if she's still in here, she's ready to take a flight any day. So she may not last another week in here. I may have to cage her because once she starts flying around, I don't want accidents to happen when I'm not looking and stuff like that. I'll let her make a few flights just so she knows she can fly. And then she's going to go in the cage and it's a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Are you hungry? Let's see, I can feel his crop. I kind of go by that. So anyways, folks, I just wanted to address a few of the comments that could lead to misinformation for people. I don't want that to happen, but I still want people to have a good time with kind of watching the process here. And as you well know, my site and my YouTube channel is not monetized, and it's not going to be. I'm not trying to get likes and all of this stuff. If you don't like things, and I suppose you would just not view it and go somewhere else. I don't want to be beholden to people for money on what I say and what I film and what I do and things like that. I'm doing this as a just to help people and who are going to buy the birds. Yeah, okay, I am going to make a sale on the birds, so it does help me also in that case. But I've sold plenty of birds without making videos. But that's how I actually started getting into doing this. Is people would see the pictures and then they would email me and say, "Can I see a video?" And so instead of me, I mean, a couple of times I tried to shrink the videos down. They're just too big to send to people, even via email, or I just send a, you know, a short little 5-second, you know, phone video. So what I did was I started my website mainly so that when I made a video, I could make it longer, I could post it for the people, and then that way, and other people, I wouldn't have to do it multiple times because it would be there for others to share also. So that's kind of how I started getting into this. Definitely not trying to build up a YouTube channel to go viral and make $1 million and stuff like that, you know. If you see my ads, you'll see that my babies are the least expensive out there because I try to be fair about it and try to be judicious in my pricing, and also to be able to reach more people with affordability, you know, because I typically have, you know, quite a few babies. Well, not quite a few, but I get enough that I sell them across the country and things like that. And I generally have a pretty good market for it. And the people that get them are people that understand cockatoos and understand their longevity. They understand the commitment. They understand the needs. How they're kind of a needy little bird of the big birds. And so you know, that's the whole point that I got started on this. Definitely not to make money off of YouTube. That's not going to happen. I don't want to be forced to have to do this for money. I do it for fun. Right? We do this for fun. We do this because it's fun and we love our babies. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Sophie, what's up with you, babe? Sophie! Yes, we interrupted you. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. You want to get fed? Come on. Here we go. Let's watch how they behave a little bit together today. It's a little different than it was a couple weeks ago, isn't it? You know, the thing is, folks, if you're going to socialize your babies, this is how you have to do it. You have to put them together and let them step on each other a couple of times and let them learn their boundaries together. And that's how it happens. Now watch them start locking beaks. Everest is going to try to get fed from Sophie. So Sophie's ready to start. Well, let's groom him a little bit. Everest is hungry. I'm going to feed him. Oh, see, he'll let Sophie know when you cross the line, and he'll give out a little squawk and like stop it, you know. So folks, that's what you have to do. You can't be so worried about it. They'll never be socialized if you're like, oh, I got to keep them 3 feet apart. No, you have to put them together, watch them, and let them, you know, let them fight it out a little bit because oh, look at, see, Sophie's preening, and if she pulls a little too hard on one feather, he's gonna squawk about it. Oh, that's cute. Oh, see, isn't this fun? This is fun watching the first initial. Oh, leave his eye alone. Some lady the other day was like, oh, please be careful of their eyes when you're feeding them. It's like, dear viewer, I have never had an issue where I hurt any eyes with my fingers while I was hand feeding. That just doesn't happen. My fingers are actually quite a ways away from their eyes. How is this going, guys? Pretty good? So, I'm gonna feed them off camera. Oh, look at Sophie stepping on his back. No, he will not like that. Sophie, get off. No. No. That's all it takes. A little bit of direction. And they're smart, believe me. They're smart now. They're not just going to be smart when they grow up. They are smart now. Oh, there goes Everest. He's going to try to start the feeding action. No, no, no. I don't want that. We're not going to do that. No. No, we're not going to do that. So, you can see what I'm saying, folks. This is kind of what experience teaches you. So, I'm just sharing a little bit with you because it's fun and I love my babies. So, that is it for today. I want to thank you for listening, especially to me really going on and on today. I felt like I went kind of long. And Everest is definitely hungry. I'm going to feed him, and Sophie will eat. I think it was around, well, it wasn't that long ago. I'm doing about 6 hours, and I think it was only about 4 hours, but Everest will eat. Maybe it was about 5 hours. So yeah, it was about 5 hours ago, and I think I'm doing 6 or 8 hours at this point. And but Everest is a little younger, so he's going to be hungry a little sooner than Sophie necessarily. So yeah, so let's get Everest fed. And folks, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.